Welcome back to another Three Geeks conversation. It's Destiny. Today I'm joined by Megan with my Vertical Obsession podcast, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. And Kevin O'Sullivan. Kevin, it is incredible to have you on. What got you into acting?
Wow. Great question, Destiny and Megan. Good to meet both of you. I think what got me into acting was when I was in school, I was always the class clown, goofing off, trying to get attention, and people were laughing at me. So because I love attention, carried me into doing plays and stage presentations. And then once I graduated high school, I went right out to LA and got into it a little bit. But yeah, that's what I love attention. Sorry to say, I guess.
You know it. No, it's good that you can admit it. And then you went into the right field for that.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Especially with a lot of these vertical miniseries that I'm doing lately, the attention is on these bad guys, and they seem to be playing a lot of them.
Yeah. I had Megan join us today. She runs my Vertical Obsession pod, and I was like, Kevin, you have to come join us. Do you have any questions about any of the specific vertical shows?
No.
She's like, you put me on the spot. I was not prepared to talk yet.
I'll help you out, Megan, if you need it. I know all the good-looking guys that do these and all the very, very nice-looking young ladies as well. I usually am either slapping them or I'm getting slapped by.
Was there kind of a specific movie or play or actor that you watched growing up that kind of made you want to step into this?
Yeah, Tom Selleck, Magnum PI.
Nice.
TV show. So I grew up watching Aaron Spelling TV shows like Starsky and Hutch and Charlie's Angels. And then on CBS, it was Magnum PI. So I watched all those shows, and Selleck was so cool in his Ferrari in Hawaii doing his thing. And so that he inspired me to, I don't know personally, I wish I did, but he inspired me to get into that. And then the action-packed crime drama stuff that Aaron Spelling and Leonard Goldberg was putting together back in the 1970s, way before both of your time. But that's what inspired me to get into this industry, was that genre, 1970s crime drama and 1980s crime drama as well.
That's such a fun one. There's so much you can do, and just fun characters you can play in that genre.
Oh yeah.
Have you got to do any of those type of films?
Sort of. So I did work for Aaron Spelling. Nice. After watching all the shows, I did work for on the pilot episode of Beverly Hills 90210 in 1989. Again, way before you were even born, both of you. But I played one of the rich kids back in the first day of school for Jason Priestley and Shannon Doherty. So I'm in the very first moments of the show. And it was a lot of fun. But working for Aaron Spelling, but being also a fan when I was a kid, was really tripping me out. So that was a lot of fun. And then I have a high speed chase. So I mentioned that I like fast cars, like Magnum PI. I have a fast car chase in a film called The Deal, which is an Oscar qualified film that I won a Best Supporting Actor in at the
Congratulations
Egyptian American Film Festival. Thank you. And I actually do stunt driving on it. So that was a lot of fun.
Oh, that is fun.
Yeah. I'm the good guy this time. I'm the cop, the LAPD cop. John Nelson playing, chasing after bad guys. We shot that in downtown LA, closing off 5 city blocks, and we're doing some high speed chases. I had to go get certified and make sure I was driving safely because I had another actor who was my partner in the car. So we had to make sure it was all safe. But that was a lot of fun. And that was, again, fast cars, slapping people, and that kind of stuff is what I seem to be doing right now.
When you're really good at something.
Stay at it, right? Keep at
right.
it.
So apparently
it's also
so good.
Yeah, it's also something that you don't tend to do in normal life. So,
No, it's all fantasy land, I hope. My wife and my daughter watch me very carefully, make sure some of these characters are kind of crazy. So they just kind of shake their heads at some of the things I do and keep me in line, especially when I come home.
You have to make sure you don't become your characters here.
Oh, I would be thrown out the door if that was crazy.
What's like your biggest difference that you've realized when you're filming like feature films and TV shows versus like the vertical series?
So when I'm doing films and like The Deal and Unveiling Shadow, which are two Unveiling Shadow and another film called Choleric are all in post-production right now. Those are films. There's a lot of time given to the actors to really get into the character, understand the script, the story, and take time on the script, the memorization, and get the chemistry going with the actor or actresses. There's a lot of time to do that potentially, but with the verticals, I've been booked the night before on some of these things, and I've got to get about 10 to 11 pages of dialogue done. I don't live in New York or LA, so I live in the Mid-Atlantic states, and sometimes I'm memorizing my car while I'm driving, memorizing my lines while I'm driving my car at the same time. It's safe, but the verticals do not give you a lot of time. I've worked on Days of Our Lives on NBC before as well, did 13 episodes. And that's the same thing. Soap operas are pretty quick, and you've got to get into character pretty quickly and understand things, and you don't have a lot of time. Vertical miniseries are like, I call them, and I know other actors do too, we call them soap operas on steroids. So it's even ramped up even more. Both genres are very, very difficult to do, but I love it. I love the fast pace. On verticals, we're shooting about 15 to 20 pages of dialogue a day. Usually 12-hour days. They're hard, but it's like a little family for about 7 to 8 days or 10 days, depending on how long I'm working on them. Could be a small, medium, or large part. But that's the differences between the two. I hope that made some sense.
Yeah. No, it does. We've had a few soap actors and actresses on here, and they talk about how hardcore kind of it is. Like, it's so fast-paced, and it's like, this is what you have. You don't have time to hold your script on set and learn it. You got to be ready.
Yeah, on the verticals, they give you like 2 takes per coverage shot. So you're exactly right. And yeah, you got to nail it. They're a little bit flexible with the dialogue because you can't be word for word. And sometimes the dialogue can be a little bit crazy because you're shifting it from Chinese or AI to English. So a lot of us kind of talk to the director or the AD, the assistant director, and say, or the client themselves who are on set, and say, is it okay for me to say this instead? Get their approval and just go into it. But I love the fast-paced environment, and some of them can kind of get violent. But I'm seeing a trend towards more sophisticated writing, and verticals are red hot. I mean, when I started doing them in 2024, was this 2026? Yeah, 2 years ago, when they first came out to the States from China. A lot of my actor friends were poo-pooing them. Like, oh, what are you doing these micro dramas for? Now those same actors haven't worked a lot, and they're seeing how hot they are and seeing how much attention you can get and fans and how much fun it can be. And now they want in on it. And it's a very, I would say, I think these vertical miniseries and the industry itself is very closed off. They are always looking for new talent, but with a lot of the supporting actors, which I'm not a leading actor anymore. But with the supporting actors, it's kind of a closed society. The casting directors and the directors and the clients, they keep using the same people. And I split my time between New York and LA for that industry. So I'm sometimes working in New York, wrap that series, and then I'm going right to, LaGuardia or Newark Airport, and I'm flying out to LA and doing another one. I'm studying the lines on the plane and, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, getting prepared, getting to the hotel. And the next day I'm on a new show, totally different character. He might actually be a good guy, but most of the time I'm playing the villain.
I feel like the villain's a really fun one to play because, most people are inherently good. So when you kind of get to play that bad guy, you get to kind of live out that bad guy role. You're like, this is where I get to let all my mean out.
Yes, but you're exactly right. But I will tell you, I try, and I don't know if I'm successful or not, but I do try to find some sort of redeeming quality with, characters that are really bad that I play. Some of these guys, I'm like a father to my wife and my daughter, and I'm just causing so much trouble and misery to them. But there's always some sort of redeeming quality that I think he should have. And I try to portray that and have that ooze through my personality onto the camera. But yeah, playing the villains is a lot more fun for me than playing the straight-laced father from Leave It to Beaver, who is just there filling up screen. So, but I'm grateful for the opportunity for sure.
Yeah, definitely. With that said, you said you kind of like you try to give them that like redemption arc, that little bit of let me make me likable even though I'm bad. Do you kind of like give your characters, when you have them, like further backstories? Like I know sometimes people are like, okay, this guy's this way. Well, why is he this way? I think maybe we could say this happened.
I do that with every character. So whether it's a vertical or a film or a TV show, I always try to get as much information on what the director and what the client, what the producers want out of the character, what they envision, and and just reading the script over and over, and reading my scenes over and over. So it's less mechanical, and then I also try to build chemistry on set with the actor or actress too. That's very, very important because that helps with the backstory. But yeah, I try to get as much information as possible that I can get, even fill in the blanks that I don't have information from the client or the director from, fill it in on my own imagination, and then just go on the set and just throw. Oh, we lost each other again for a quick second too. I saw the hourglass. I don't know if you lost me.
Just for a second, it glitched, but we could still hear you this time.
Oh, good. That's good. The audience is going to go, what's going on with Kevin or Three Geeks technical computer stuff?
You know, a lot of the times we're able to fix it where you can't tell. So
I don't know if we're going to be able to fix this one, right?
Maybe. There's been worse, I promise.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Way worse.
By the way, I noticed on your Three Geeks podcast, sometimes you talk about cars, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I got a 2017 Fiat 124 Spider. I'm throwing that out just because that's the car that I drive when I get booked on these things and I have to be in New York. I'll just get in my car and just run my lines, put the top down, and just run my lines while I get to New York City or northern New Jersey. But I saw that you guys were into cars, and I said, I'll drop that. I'll drop mine.
Oh, for sure. No, man.
Now listen, that car is not like a Ferrari. It's a poor man's Porsche Boxster, right?
But they're so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Put the top down.
And they're obtainable. You know,
mine is for sure. Mine is financially obtainable. That's the only reason why I'm driving it.
That's that's what I love. Like I love the ones where you can like admire them, and you're in the back of your mind, you're like, never in my life will I know what it's like to drive that.
Yeah.
Of course, my experience and yours is probably different. Like, I mean, as an actor, you totally could have that opportunity one day.
I've had the opportunity. I've had Porsches and I've had BMWs, but when they break down, ladies, they break down, and it costs so much money to get them fixed. And an oil change is sometimes over like $2,000.
That's crazy.
Fiat, it's like no big deal. It's so cheap, but it's definitely the poor man's car. But I like it. I live a modest life now.
I like it. I think those are super fun cars.
Absolutely. Little toy car. It's my weekend toy.
Everybody needs a good weekend toy car.
Yeah,
We have an old Ford Ranger that's being fixed up again.
What year? Do you know?
It's 70 something, and if I say the wrong year, my husband's gonna be like, "That was not the year."
Well, you're probably close. If it's in the 70s,
I think it's like a 72. I think it's
really, really old. Wow.
Yeah, it was like family heirloom kind of truck, and now it's ours. And it was like before seatbelts were legal, like you had a necessity, and you had to have them. And
you probably got a cigarette lighter in there too, right?
Yep. Yeah, really.
I remember those days. Everyone smoked cigarettes in their cars, and you used the lighter thing that would glow up, and you light up and you smoke away while you're driving.
My grandpa always had cars like that, so I'm like, I grew up going to car shows with him, and so yeah, nice. I've always been a car person.
Yeah, me too.
I love
Megan, you're so quiet. Let me ask you, Megan. Let me ask you a question. So on these verticals, because I didn't know you were all into verticals. So who is your favorite female and male vertical stars? I may have worked with them.
Ooh. I can't really say, mostly because I just left too many. No, I left too many of them.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Is that like all of them are really good, and I can't really pick a favorite.
Do you like Noah Fernley?
Yes.
work with him. I work my second vertical. I work with him. He was my boss in Crush on the Unwanted Princess. I was the FBI agent, and he was my boss. And we're saving Mariah Moss. Do you know Mariah?
Yes.
Yeah, she was the ingenue, and she was in trouble, and so we're all trying to race and save her. And Nick Ritacco is the bad guy. They always fly like a couple of like actors from LA to the New York verticals, and then the opposite on the LA stuff. But that was a good one. But yeah, I just wanted to throw out, see if you knew some people that I knew.
I do.
I'm doing a role reversal, by the way.
No, I love when that happens. I love when our guests are like, I have questions for you now. Throws us off.
Sorry.
No, it's fun.
Good. Okay, now I'm going to quickly stay quiet. That was it.
I actually kind of just recently got into verticals.
Oh no, wow.
I was kind of the same way as like the actor. I was like, these are cheesy. Like, why are we doing this? Then I started watching more and I was like, okay, no, but the stories are still really fun and you get into it and you want to know. And then I started finding like ones that like were really good. And then I'm like, okay, these are getting better. And now like some of the new ones that are coming out, like, I mean, like, they're really good. Mm-hmm. Like, it is, it's like a mini film basically. Like it doesn't have the same, like, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but like awkwardness of like when they first came out.
There was a sense of a raw quality when they first came out. I think that's what I saw and experienced on set. And I never even knew what a vertical was. I just wrapped a horror film when the assistant director on that, no, she was a producer. She said, hey, Kevin, I'm working on a vertical as an AD. Would you be interested in doing this? And this is like in April of 2024. And I said, I didn't tell her I didn't know what a vertical was, but I never heard of it. And I said, sure, of course. And so she booked me. And then I'm looking at my script. I'm like, wow, this is like so crazy. Like, people are getting beat up. They're getting killed all in like a couple episodes. And these episodes are only like 2 minutes long each. And there's like 48 episodes of what's going on here. And there's 110 pages. And they're shooting this all in like 7 days. I never heard of this. But it was pretty raw. It was kind of like guerrilla style a little bit. But they caught on real fast. I mean, when I did my second vertical, which was with Noah and Mariah and Nick, after that got released and dropped, I started to get all these like Instagram DMs from my crowd, which is older people, and I couldn't believe that they actually watched this stuff. But then I started watching my stuff, and I said it's really kind of interesting and fast paced, and keeps your attention going. But now the writing's getting really, really good. Not that it was bad. The acting's always been really good because it's so hard to do. You can't move a lot. The camera's vertically shot versus horizontally, and you can't walk when you talk. You have to talk. You can only talk when you stop. So sometimes I'm walking into a scene and I want to say something, but I can't because the camera's not going to pick it up right. And I'm proud to be in the industry. It's helped, it's helped me out in my career, and it's made me money, and I'm meeting a lot of people, but it's definitely improving for sure. And now it's like red hot. I think it's $1 billion industry in the United States, and it's multi-billion-dollar industry in China and the rest of the country and the rest of the world. So I'm excited where what leads next.
Yeah. I've seen things that have talked about like the projection of how much more growth the vertical series are going to have. Have you kind of seen that as on the acting side, like more jobs with it coming up? Yeah.
So SAG-AFTRA now has a contract. So the unions has a contract with the verticals. So I actually just auditioned for a union vertical about 20 minutes before I joined you. That's my blue screens right here. So it's expanding now. It's getting very, very serious. There's talent agencies in LA and New York that specialize in vertical actors. So they have, the legit theater, then they have the TV and film, and then they have vertical rosters, and
That's incredible.
it's dead serious, and more people are getting into it, but still I think it's still closed society a little bit, but they're always looking for fresh faces, and it's definitely expanding, and I think there's going to be more and more opportunities. It's not going away right now. I don't know when it ever is. I think it's here to stay, and I'm, like I said, I'm proud to be in it. But yeah, it's exciting times right now. This is a big year for this industry, for the vertical industry. 2026, baby.
I love it. I've said 2026 is going to be a big year, and I feel like the more people I talk to this year too, the more I believe that. I'm like, I think this is going to be a big year.
Yeah, but I do try to balance it out. So I'm busy with auditioning for film as well. Not a lot of TV for whatever reason, but my representation out in LA is keeping me busy with auditions. And I've got 2 films called Choleric, horror film, and then Unveiling Shadow, suspense film where I'm like the supporting actor. And those are in post-production. They're being shopped around. Ooh, we blacked out again. Where they're being shopped around to production houses right now. I mean, I'm proud to just kind of like be diverse. So do the verticals and do the films, and hopefully I can get back into TV. It's been a while since I've done television.
Yeah.
A long
time.
A long
you have done a lot of different variety in your genres. Do you have a favorite?
I like the thrillers. I like
They're so much fun.
Chop them up. I like strangling, and I mean, not in real life, of course. Be very
that disclosure there.
Yes, that sounded really creepy, by the way. Sorry, everybody. It's by the way, we're recording this on a Friday night, so it's kind of getting crazy here.
Friday the 13th at that.
Oh yeah. Friday the 13th. Thank you very much, Destiny. You're right about that. I think I like the horror film. So the film Choleric, that's coming out this year. The trailer is going to be released. My understanding is this month, and there's some investment interest in that film. And I play a really, really bad guy who terrorizes this former child star, and I do all kinds of nasty stuff to her. Can't get into too much detail, but I like those kind of films. Those are the films that I really embrace. I don't know if my wife and my daughter like them too much, but give me my blessing before I take the job. But yeah, the genre would be horror, thriller, high suspense, and everything that comes with that.
That's one of my all-time favorite genres, even for TV. Like, I mean, Dexter's one of my favorite shows ever. Like, people make fun of me because that's like a comfort show that I go watch.
Whoa.
So,
you got a wild personality.
Yeah, a little bit. So I mean, I love that genre, but it's so much fun, and there's a lot you can do, and I think that is what makes it so interesting. And like, they do better twist. Like sometimes it's not exactly what you expect.
Yeah. The other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to do a gangster movie.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
I know actors that have done a lot of gangster films. One in particular that's a friend of mine worked with Robert De Niro when he was a child actor. And wow. I would love to do like a Sopranos TV show, but I don't know if I look Italian enough or whatever. I don't know. I don't know.
You could. I think you could.
Yeah. But that would be something. If that's a genre, I would like to do that down the road for sure.
I feel like it is. I mean, like, it's kind of more like a crimey, maybe. Then, So I feel like that's a genre. Yeah. But that would be so much. That would be fun.
For sure.
And you kind of said like that. That's kind of something like you're into. And
I'm into it.
All the fun cars are going to be in that one too.
Oh yeah. I would think that would a lot of fancy suits and fancy cars for sure.
Fancy everything about it would be fun. Wardrobe, props, like
yes. And I like the again, I don't like violence in real life, but I do like to see suspense in a scene where the audience isn't sure what's going to happen to this guy. And by the way, Megan, in some of these verticals, I'm actually getting my just desserts from. I do mobisodes, which is like a genre within verticals, and some of these mobisodes, I'm getting like burned to death by the head lead guy who's like the head mobster and stuff. So I actually love doing those type of scenes. So yeah. So I didn't mean to elaborate too much. It sounds
no, that's great. Do you have a role that you've played that's kind of changed the way you think about acting or storytelling?
Ooh. Yeah, well, I mean, Beverly Hills 90210. That changed everything for me. It got me started in this industry, and it got me the opportunity to consistently read for television soap operas. It got me the opportunity to screen test for soap operas like Days of Our Lives and an old one called Loving, which was an ABC soap opera. I met Luke Perry. I don't even know if you guys even know who he is.
I do.
Oh, do you? Okay. R.I.P. Right. So, and he and I knew each other from that screen test. And then oddly enough, I was reading for the casting director of Beverly Hills 90210 at the time. It was the pilot episode. So my agent goes, you have an audition. And I couldn't do my auditions in my house. You had to go to the casting director or a studio and do it. And it's for a show called Class of Beverly Hills. And I go in and there's Luke and I are having like a reunion and stuff like that. But that whole Beverly Hills 90210 changed everything for me and opened up massive doors for me, where I worked on over 100 television commercials and did some good work, I think, on Days of Our Lives. And then from there, just kind of kept me busy throughout the years. So 90210 for sure. That changed everything for me.
I love that. What was your time on Days of Our Lives like?
Oh, it was awesome. The cast was so cool to me. Drake Hogestyn, John Black, he was so supportive of me. I remember one time, I tell this story a lot, but I remember my first day, I had multiple pages of dialogue and I'm in hair and makeup, and we shot it at NBC Burbank Studios, and he sees me coming in there with my script glued to my face and everything like that. And I sit in the chair and he's sitting right next to me. He goes, "What's up, kid?" And I go, "Oh, man, Mr. Hogestyn." He goes, "Call me Drake." Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous because I got 15 to 18, I can't remember. I think it was like 18 pages of dialogue that I'm in that day and have a lot of lines. And he talked me down, got my nerves calmed down, and very grateful to work with him, and a very gracious actor. But everyone was super nice, from the crew to the director to the Cordays who created the show, to NBC as well. I had to test for NBC, and it was just a positive environment, and it got me. It's like an acting class when you work these soap operas, and when you work these verticals, I consider them an acting class, because you got to get the memory, the noodle going, and understand things pretty quickly. And you don't have that luxury with the TV and film. And I consider that a strong acting class, but nothing but the best at Days of Our Lives. Great environment, great experience, great fans, great viewers as well.
Definitely. That was one, I got introduced to soap operas by my mom and my grandma. Mm-hmm. They would watch them together. So then when I came along, I joined them. So General Hospital, okay. Days of Our Lives, All My Children, all those things. I think I'm one of the few people, Megan as well, in our age group that have seen all of that.
Dude, so you mentioned General Hospital. So I just wrapped a vertical series with Robert Palmer Watkins, who played one of the Quartermains. Yeah. Sorry. And, he was the guy that burned me alive. It was a mob episode. And it got like attention from like soap fans. And then I got like requests from like Soap Hub and Soap Opera News to do these interviews, because they were tying me and Days of Our Lives to Robert, who's big star. I'm not. To his days with General Hospital. And then they captured the scene when the vertical dropped and got released. They captured our scene together, and it was like a big kind of like, for 2 weeks it was like a big deal, so yeah, you mentioned I'm name dropping now at this point in time.
Go for it.
I haven't even had anything to drink. I swear to God, this is just water. This is all it is.
No, that's great. And I agree with you. I for calling verticals like kind of mini soaps. It kind of is. And I think that's why why there is a wide fan base for those now. That
Yeah.
like, because I mean, like, all the stories, no matter which one you watch, it's just so quick and full of just drama and storyline. And I mean, that's exactly what soaps are. And
You have a
so
point.
I agree. That's a good.
Yeah, I never thought of that. You have a point, and I'll go even a little bit further. I think there's a thirst and demand for these verticals, not only because people have a short attention span, they want to watch it on their phone, but also because a lot of these soap operas have disappeared. They've been, all the New York soap operas, like Guiding Light, All My Children, all the New York soaps, they're no longer around. Unfortunately, they were great.
Yeah.
You only have like 5 or 6 soaps. Now you have streaming soaps, but
but nothing new.
Yeah, I think the audience has a thirst for like nostalgia, but they're not getting what they used to get. They're getting, they can stay with Days and GH and Young and Radicals are kind of like not an enhancement, but an addition to it. They're different. That's what I see. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah. And I've never thought about it like that until you said it earlier. And I was like, you know what? That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I know that's how I've thought about it the whole time, is that because as we were saying, big soap fan. So I think that's what really drew me in. And I was going to say that I kind of always saw the correlation of the verticals being similar to soaps, especially with how they're filmed too, because whenever I saw all the actors like kind of talking about it and how much they had to it was like, that's very similar to what the actors from soaps usually say.
Yeah,
that they have like these giant scripts and they have to do it in a day, and I'm like,
it's like a mill, it's like a factory. You're going in there to the studio at the beginning of the day, and you're for the soaps, and you're doing one episode a day, and that's incredible, because with film and TV, you're given like that week or so. And then with the verticals, you're not filming one episode. I mean, you're filming episodes. You're filming multiple episodes during a day, but you're getting through 100 pages in about 7 to 10 days, which is unheard of. So you've got to be really. So it's like the verticals are soap operas on steroids. I say this on every interview that I give, and when I talk to people. I really feel that the soap opera actors and the vertical actors, they're the most skilled, talented people. And I'm not speaking for myself, because I'm not that great, but the vertical actors and the soap opera actors are excellent. They're the ones that you want in films and TV if it's a good match, because they can work under pressure. They've got that memorization, and they're able to create a character quickly. Nothing to take away from like film and TV stars. They're the best too, but there's a art to doing this, and I'm learning every day. I'm learning every day from the best.
That's the best way, though. When you quit learning and you quit caring about it, that's when you should stop.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the passion. You have to have fun on set, and I will tell you that we work hard, but for like 7 to 10 days, however long you're working on these verticals with the cast and the crew, you are a family. And I will tell you that I see the same crew and filmmakers all the time. The actors, I'm usually joining a vertical and not seeing the same actors again, which is unfortunate, but also good. But it's like a family for the short 7 to 10 days, and a lot of people are crying and sad, but they're also happy because it's going to go into post-production and get released, and maybe they have a next job. Sometimes I have a job, like I said, like lined up already. Sometimes I don't. It's an actor's life for sure.
It's the industry.
Yeah. Dog eat dog.
Yup.
Yes.
Which has been your favorite vertical to do?
Ooh. Okay. So I like to crush on the Unwanted Princess with Nick Ritacco, Noah, and Mariah. But I did this really crazy one called Lion's Dawn with Molly Anderson and Hunter Cole. Do those names ring a bell?
Molly, yes, I know Molly.
Yeah, Molly's. That one was crazy. I played. I had a major supporting role. Molly was my daughter-in-law, soon to be daughter-in-law. Hunter's my son. He was in a wheelchair. at the beginning, and then Tina Brock is my wife, fabulous actress, very well known, and just all kinds of crazy stuff is going on, and that. And I will say, I think Lion's Dawn was pretty fun. But then I did another one where I'm playing like the lead villain in a vertical called Falling for You, where I'm the world's worst father to my daughter and my wife. And if you watch Falling for You, I'm the villain number one. So I'm the villain in the first half of the series, and then I have a villain number two, which is a great actress that she did great in it. But if you just see that for the first like 45 minutes, you just see me beating and getting beaten up the whole time. So those are the three series that I really, really like. But I have three more coming out right now. I have 3 drama box series where I'm the supporting character, and 2 out of the 3, I'm the villain. The other one, it's called Baby Chef is Not Someone to Mess With, and I'm like the show host. And those are all in post-production, and I'm a good guy in that. So I'm kind of interested to see how that turns out.
Fun change.
Yes, I'm in a tuxedo the whole time, and I'm behind I only worked 3 days on that, but the 3 days I'm behind a podium the whole time. And I'm just doing like these one-line zingers to the bad chefs and to the good chefs. And then there's a great child actress who's the star of it, and it was a lot of fun. And then the other 2, I'm just playing like guys on the take, just really, really nasty guys. I'll just leave it at that. But they're all with Drama Box. His Unveiled Passion with Sully Christian, and then after being fired, I'm out of their league. That one's with Ryan Jacobucci and some other guys and gals. They're going to be all great vertical series coming up.
It's incredible.
Absolutely.
If you could say something to people who haven't given verticals a chance, what would you say to get them to give them a chance?
I would say if you're looking to escape life, and in my opinion, things going on these days in this country and in the world, it's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Sometimes I think we're living in the upside down world. If you're looking to escape life and kind of like go into a fantasy world, give verticals a chance. Find a vertical genre, okay, that you like, whether it's the billionaires or the werewolves, or these verticals are becoming very, very realistic, and find a genre that you like that's not going to offend you and give it a try. If you're taking a bus, or you're up in the air on a flight, or you're at your house and you just need to step away from the news that's going on, try it out and see if it makes you happy, because in the end run, doing what makes you happy is the most important thing, in my opinion, in life, and hopefully maybe even inspire you in some fashion. But give it a try, because it's a great escape from the doldrums and the stuff that's going on right now. That's my opinion, my humble opinion.
Love it. I agree. Check it.
Yeah.
I do too.
You have to pick one. You have to pick one that resonates with you.
Be
that's
careful.
How it worked for me. I had to just find one that finally I was like, okay, you keep showing me this like preview. I have to know what happens now.
Yes.
And then
That's what sucks you in.
That is how they give you juicy stuff just right out the gate in the preview, and then they're like, come watch it. And you're like,
right.
Okay.
That's right. And right now you gotta pay for the episodes. So they tease you like the first 6 episodes are free, I think, and then you gotta pay for it. And even the actors that are in these things, sometimes I'm curious to see how it turned out. I have to pay for it to see it too, so they don't give you like
the fact that you want to says everything about how it's filmed and how good it is if you give it a chance.
Oh, that's very nice of you to say. It's just curiosity killed the cat. I mean, I want to see what I look like, and that's the vain part of my my personality. But yeah, find a vertical that's not going to offend you, that jives with you, and that resonates with you. And I think you'll find them very, very interesting. It may not be for you, but everyone should give it a try, except unless you're like 8 years old or younger than that. Although I've worked with actors and actresses that are like 6 years old and they're on set and they're seeing a meat tenderizer being thrown at their mother, and they're supposed to react to it. So just all kinds of different themes can be kind of shaky.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, crazy stuff for sure. Just get used to that.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you online to keep up with the work that you have coming out?
Well, thank you for asking. I'm heavy into Instagram. So believe it or not, I get people from like around the world, and they're usually like older housewives and gentlemen. My Instagram handle is the Kevin O'Sullivan. And the only reason I have it's not because I'm egotistical. It's because there was already a Kevin Sullivan. I would have just said Kevin Sullivan or Kevin O'Sullivan, but I had to put the, and that's my Instagram handle. And come check it out and let me know what you think.
Sounds great. Well, Kevin, Megan, thank you both so much for joining us. And guys, go follow Megan's My Vertical Obsession Pod. Go follow Kevin on Instagram. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here with 3 Geeks. Thank you so much, and we will see you all next time.